this is day 2. Last clip you saw was me gluing up the desktop. Um, it's actually 2 days later. So the top came out pretty well. There's only a few issues that I had, and one of them is the gap right here on this end. Other than that, I feel like I could have definitely touched this board up to get it a little bit more straight. That way all the sides are touching. But regardless, it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna end up cutting the top down shorter anyway. So today is gonna be making the legs. I've never made legs like these before, and I have a pretty good idea on how I wanna do it, but I'm not too sure yet. Let's go over to the whiteboard. Maybe I can show you. The legs that I'm trying to make are kind of like this. Now I need 2 of these per leg. Make one of these jigs out of some plywood that I have, and then marking them out on my boards. Catch back with you guys in a minute. We got all of the legs cut out. On one of these though, there's a big check in it. I don't know if you can see that. No big deal. This is a death for me. I don't need it to be perfect. I'm just trying to practice a couple techniques. So now that I got all these cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and take the template. I'm going to lay them on top and then take a flush trim router bit and run it all the way around to get every single leg uniform. thing even on? It is. Right there. I don't know why I'm about to say welcome back, but welcome back. It's all the same video. So, yesterday I had a slight problemo with the legs. I ended up actually only keeping one of the legs that I've put together 2 days ago. And yesterday I had one that had a really bad gap on the miter. So what I went ahead and did is I couldn't let that happen. So I took that leg apart and planed down the miters a little bit more and was able to get really nice fitment on the other 3 legs. So I'm about to take them out of the clamps, check them out, make sure they're all good, check the 90s for where the stretcher and aprons are going to go, and then we're going to get to cutting some more stock to get the aprons and stretchers at least made up today. So hopefully we can get the tenons made for the stretchers and aprons, but I think I'm just going to do the same thing I kind of did with these, is some dowels, but we're going to go check them out. These are the other 3 legs that I glued up yesterday. They look okay. These 2 are kind of the outcast. This one's just about perfect for me. The glue up wasn't bad. It was a bit of a hassle, not gonna lie. I could have planned it out a little bit better, and I need to figure out a better way to make the offcut pieces where I clamp to a little bit more sturdier, because it seemed like every time I would go to clamp, one of these pieces would break off. And all I'm using is, some CA glue. It's nothing crazy, but I feel like I could figure out a better way to do that. Besides that, the legs are at least glued. They look good. There's going to be a decent amount of touch-up work later on, which is okay, because everything else from here is pretty simple. I don't think it's going to take too long to get everything else kind of done and said for. So there's 2. And the 3rd. All right. Yeah, overall, these don't look bad. I mean, this one's probably the worst. There was a gouge out of this miter part right here, so there's a little bit of a bigger gap than everything else. This one's pretty good from up here to about here. The miter looks really solid. The glue kind of filled in some of the gaps. This one's, it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm really beating myself up for this being my first time. I just need to be proud that I was actually able to get to this point. And here's the 4th leg. So, minus the gaps, minus some of them probably being off 90, there's definitely mistakes I made on these that I'm gonna learn from on the next time if I happen to do these legs again, which honestly, I really like the look of them. I think they're gonna come out really nice. I like the tapered look. I could have probably kept this a little bit fatter and made the stretchers and aprons just a tad bit bigger, but I'm not going to complain about it. So let's go ahead and get these clamp blocks, or whatever you want to call them, off, and then we'll go from there. So.